All right, what's up, everyone? I'm here with Spoods from St. Clair College, one of the longest-standing members in St. Clair. How you doing, man?
Doing great. How are you, Seb?
I'm great. It's a world championship, and two of the teams are Canadian. Couldn't be any happier, to be honest.
It's true.
It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. Now, I want to ask, in terms of your background, we are very familiar with you at this point. You were the last standing member of the 2022 Worlds roster. You've been on St. Clair for a long period of time. You helped carry St. Clair to a lot of great performances, including the last Worlds qualification. So outside of the CRL stuff, just give me your background. What is your study life like? What makes you you?
Sure. So I took a 3-year associate's program in computer networking. So it's kind of computer sciencey. That's, I guess, my passion outside of Rocket League. Aside from that, it's a lot of gaming, a lot of practice. I do enjoy reading, but most of my time is definitely spent, grinding with the team, either that or pursuing my studies, of course.
Now, it's fair to say that I think St. Clair is one of the most developed esports programs in all of North America. Really, it ranks highly all the time in terms of just overall placement of development in collegiate and facilities and everything like that. But can you give us, some of the info about St. Clair College as a school, as well as the Saints Game esports program?
Sure. Yeah. I think, you kind of mentioned, I think we got a really unique opportunity to start this whole esports thing in collegiate pretty early. And it definitely gave the college a leg up. I think what's nice about us is we just have a lot of scholarship opportunities for students, which a lot of times you'll see that with recruitment, that's a big thing that we tend to focus on. From an esports perspective, I think our biggest advantage is probably how early we got in. I don't know if any people listening to this or watching this know, but we do have our esports facility is pretty insane. So definitely look into that. Yeah, we've run different events. Absolutely. Yeah. Seb's casted. No, we've had a lot of fun building that and, running events over the years. So it's been great. Chris and Sean have got a good thing going. So definitely excited to see where we are in 10 years time.
So I guess on the overarching view, you are one of the NA representatives, and I think it's fair to say that CRL started off with NA. It is an NA-born thing, but it's gone through a lot of changes over the past few years alone. What's your general view on the collegiate scene within North America, how it's developing, where it's at right now? Obviously, we didn't have a spring semester, but just your general thoughts.
Yeah, obviously sour taste recently, but I think overall people should do well to remember that, we've definitely come from grassroots. We've come pretty far. Obviously, it's a bit of a pain point for this past year with the disappointment from Psyonix. And again, I'm not really too big into the interworkings of what happened and why, we didn't get an event. Traditionally, it's fantastic, right? Rocket League kind of spearheaded esports for collegiate, and, our events were always some of the best. Definitely unfortunate what happened. I hope they're able to kind of, come back on the right track, give us a potential international event. Hopefully, they turn things back around.
Now, for the future, we kind of covered it a little bit, but what is your hope for the future of collegiate competitions, whether near future or further in the distance?
Kind of what UR Worlds, and I know we'll talk about this a little later, but they're sort of bridging into it already where we're seeing more international participation. I think collegiate has a really unique opportunity because it's so stable, or at least, the colleges themselves. I think we can try to bring more international competition in. And it's cool to see events like this try to, take that venture for sure.
And speaking of UR Worlds, this is kind of the first sort of international event, as much as we can make it international with online. It's the first international event since we've had from Worlds last year. Obviously, the landscape of CRL has changed in that time. But what's your general thoughts on the event? What do you think of UR trying to make what is essentially a world championship?
Yeah. I definitely have a lot of respect for all the people involved for really just pulling it together at the time that they did. Like I said, we didn't really get an event this year. So for them to kind of scramble and create what they did, I think is awesome. The perspective from a player is definitely interesting, switching servers and stuff. Thought it'd be really cool. I've never actually done that before. Never competed, if we play, for example, the Australian team just playing on Middle East servers, what that'll be like. I think overall it's a really cool take. Again, a lot of respect for everybody that actually, took the time and put the passion into this for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I think the only like actual sort of things that we had was I ran a show match between Northwood and Genoa, and that was like
Right, yeah,
flip flopping between servers, and Genoa actually won that one. So I don't know, man. Like, we're so cooked. All right, but that aside, what is your personal ambition for your worlds? Where do you think you're placing?
Good question. Obviously, we definitely want to win. We go into every tournament with that mentality. Obviously, Europe is really strong coming into it. I would say, we'd be ecstatic with, top 3, top 2. That'd be great. Obviously, winning it is our great goal. But, we've got some really tough talent over in Europe, so we'll see what we can do.
Well, you guys have a little bit of a cheat code in that you do have Vesh, who is still in Europe.
Yeah.
Which, all I'm saying is that's the sleeper, dude.
This is true. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for this interview. Obviously, I'm going to be in the stands rooting as much as possible. I'm hosting the whole weekend, so I'm excited to see where you guys place.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you, Seb.